Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new podcast here on Arsenal Aura. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great time wherever you are. My name is Michael, and I'm here to talk about Arsenal. Well, guys. PSV 1, Arsenal 7. Yep, you got it right. 7 goals scored away from home in the Champions League against the team who kicked out of the Champions League, Juventus. 7-1 from the same Arsenal squad that played a 0-0 draw to Nottingham Forest, that lost to West Ham and beat Leicester in the final 10 minutes with a defensive midfielder. Nobody expected that, let's be completely honest. I wasn't, but I'm very happy that I watched the game. I was able to, I mean, that's what football is, right? Scoring goals, having a great game, although your team, when I saw the first 11, the starting 11 going out on the pitch, I was a little bit worried. Again, I was thinking Arteta is using the same tactics, the same formation, the same players, and he's expecting a spark. He's expecting something to click. He wants something to happen. But how can it happen with the same team and the same guys, the same formation, the same tactics, that it didn't work until now in the past couple of games? Well, apparently, Champions League is a different animal, is a different beast, and Arsenal completely showed that. It was an eventful first 20 minutes, right? I think the first main talking point was the penalty that was not given to Martin Odegaard. There have been a lot of opinions. I think it should be given, right? Because the PSV defender or midfielder or whatever it was, he literally trips Odegaard. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have to kick him on, right? To kick him and injure him or something like that. He just impeded him to shoot. So, right, he was in a box. That's a clear penalty for me, right? But I think the referee kind of gave us a pass a couple of minutes later, right? But until we get to the Miles Lewis-Kelly possible second yellow, we need to talk about the Rice goal, which was disallowed for offside. Then at the other end, PSV came forward and had a huge chance to score through, I think it was Saibari, right? He initially crashed a shot off the crossbar and he put the rebound off the post with Raya beaten. That was, I don't know what would have happened if that would have gone 1-0 to PSV, but it was a proof that PSV, were not clinical. It was a bad miss, to be completely honest. The first one should have been a goal, and the second one, again, the rebound. But we got out of it, and we went to the other end, and Timber scored with a header at the far post. Rice made an excellent assist at the back post, and he was on his left foot as well. So that's more like it. Rice is an amazing player. He can play the 6, he can play the 8. I know opinions are divided, but he has this capacity, right? And I think he and Odegaard and even Partey, who has a lot of experience in the Champions League, and he played a lot for Atletico, and maybe even Trossard. Those type of players, you look to them, and when you have such an injury ravaged squad, you're looking at them to make things happen, right? So excellent cross from Rice with his left foot, and Timber rose highest to give us the lead, 1-0. I think Miles Lewis Kelly did great in midfield to keep the passage of play going. Then in the 21st minute, it was 2-0. Nwaneri with the second goal and MLS with the assist. Goal made in the Hell End Academy, right? But let's talk a little bit about the finish from a 17-year-old kid who has 8 goals to his name in his first season where he plays. Of course, with everything that happened with the injuries and everything, they opened the door for him. But boy, did he took his chance. What an absolute amazing finish he had from the 16-yard box. He absolutely crashed the shot in the goal. No chance for the keeper. Excellent assist from MLS, and I hope to see more of that from Nwaneri. To be completely honest, and that's a little bit outside of the game, I do hope that Nwaneri will not play in the second round, but we'll talk about that after we go through what happened in the game. Now, Miles Lewis Kelly got a yellow card 2 minutes later in the 23rd minute. I'm not sure it was such... it was an obvious yellow card. Okay, the referee popped out the yellow card, and for the next phase, Miles Lewis Kelly could have gotten the second yellow, this one was a yellow card. I mean, look at the replays, look at the highlights, and look at Miles Lewis Kelly's face, after he made that horrendous tackle. You can see on his face that he was literally scared that he was going to be sent off. It was like an oh my god moment. And I think the referee, he wasn't so convinced of the first yellow, and he gave him a pass, right? And we got lucky there, right? He had the yellow, and the referee should have shown a second yellow card. And Miles Lewis Kelly is young. He's 18, so especially in the life of a defender, that's a really young age. But he definitely needs to learn from this, and he needs everybody, right? The more senior players, the coaching staff, Arteta, everybody needs to nurture him and to kind of guide him a little bit. Make sure not to take away of his way of playing and being, and of his edginess if you want, but he needs to cool it down a little bit, because that was dangerous. We could have been playing with 10 men from the 26th minute, right? So he needs to, I don't know if get it out of his game, but be a little bit more attentive to the way he plays, right? Making a comparison, if that would have happened to a PSV player and he wouldn't have gotten the second yellow, I think we would be fuming, right? We would have gotten the pitchforks out. So yeah, but it is what it is, right? No second yellow card, and then 4 minutes later it was 3-0. 3-0 in 30 minutes. Merino scored the third goal. To be completely honest, it was shocking defending from PSV kind of the whole game. But this is not to take anything from Arsenal. This was a very good performance. I think all the players stepped up. I think they took advantage, right, of the poor defending of PSV, and they looked much better. They looked motivated. And again, 3-0 after 30 minutes in the Champions League, that's amazing, right? To be honest, it was a lengthy check on the Merino goal for offside. Again, a lot of opinions. Some said it was offside. Some said it wasn't. The goal stood, so it was 3-0. Only 3-0 in 30 minutes for a team that has the first 4 attacking players that should be in the first 11. Of course, we have a decision to make between Havertz and Jesus, but that's amazing. That's great. Playing with a 17-year-old on the biggest footballing stage with a makeshift attack. Yeah, really good performance. After another 5 minutes, in the 35th minute, Calafiori comes in for Miles Lewis-Kelly. It was the right call from Arteta. I think he's a little bit scarred of all the red cards we've gotten this season, but yeah, good call. It doesn't matter. I think it's good that he didn't wait until halftime. It was, the referee clearly left MLS off the hook with the second yellow, and for sure PSV would have pushed on that side. Maybe the fans would have booed MLS, and there was pressure, and I think it's also good that we have a plethora of left back options, right? In the 42nd minute, there was another event. Thomas Partey. He has a lot of experience. He played in the Champions League. He played in La Liga with Diego Simeone's coach. So no excuse for giving a really cheap penalty, right? It was a penalty, to be completely honest, and PSV got a goal back through Noah Lang. Really good taken penalty, to be completely honest, but it was stupid to conceive a penalty right before the break, right? To be honest, PSV pushed a little bit right before the break for another goal after that penalty, right? They had I think 5 or 6 minutes. But you would expect better from Partey. Mixed feelings about him, about Thomas Partey. There was a poll on social media, and I said I would extend his contract for 1 more year. I think I still stand by that, but he had a mixed season. He had really, really good performances, but also really stupid mistakes. So, yeah. But I still think he would be a good addition to the squad for one more year. At that point, you're thinking even 3-1 for Arsenal, who don't have excellent options, and they have a lot of injuries. It was a very good result, 3-1, right? And 11 men on the pitch, right? It was the start of the second half, and you kind of think that maybe at the break the PSV coach kind of tried to rally the troops and encourage them to push after the penalty. But in the 47 minutes, 2 minutes after the second half started, Odegaard scored and made the scoreline 4-1. It was a really good cross by Nwaneri. The keeper pushed the ball straight in the path of Odegaard, who scored. And after the penalty incident right before the break, we needed that. We needed an excellent start to the second half, right? 1 minute later, 48th minute, Trossard, 5-1. Calafiori with the assist and an excellent close finish from Trossard. I mean, he is capable of those moments, but I don't know, the whole team in the last couple of games seemed bereft of ideas. Now they literally came up to life, right? And we saw Trossard's clipped finish from close range. That's, I think, 10 times out of 10, that's the right decision, right? So excellent finish from Trossard. That's the type of finishes and the type of moments he had coming on as a sub, in the past year and so on. So really good to see that. I think it's encouraging moving forward. Let's be honest. I was watching and I couldn't believe my eyes. I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals scored by this team, the same team that couldn't manage to score for the past 2 games. And I was hoping to go back to London with a draw or a clean sheet, but a 5-1 victory is exactly what the doctor ordered, especially in the Champions League, which is the competition where we're actively in, if you will. Let's see, if this kickstarts Arsenal's end of the season, right? But moving forward, after the fifth Arsenal goal, PSV had a good chance through Noah again. Then Gabriel cleared the shot from Perisic, and it was a little bit back and forth. So PSV did had some chances, but we were definitely on top of them and definitely the better team, right? In the 70th minute, you had Zinchenko and Sterling came on for Nwaneri and Partey. It was a decent substitution. Nwaneri, 17-year-old, I don't know if in the Nottingham game or West Ham, I think in one of those games, in the 45th minute he had cramps and whatever. I mean, he's only 17, right? But 2 minutes after that change, nope, it was not Sterling who scored and should have tried at 5-1 to do more. He didn't. But in the 73rd minute, Odegaard got his second goal and Arsenal 6th. It was a very nice hold-up play from Mourinho as a number 9. And to be completely honest, the keeper probably should have kept it out. But after the night he had, and he had to pull the ball out of his goal 5 times, it was he had it coming, that he wasn't able to parry that. I don't know. Tierney and White got on for the last 15 minutes. They came on for Timber and Merino, and to be completely honest, Timber has played a lot since he came back from an ACL injury. It's way too much for that type of injury, right? So I think we kind of need to take a look a little bit and manage his minutes, right? In the 85 minute, it was 7-1 for Arsenal as Calafiori got on the score sheet, and he scored from the right-hand side, almost playing as a right winger, I think, or a false 9 or something like that. After an excellent pass from Odegaard, a right foot finish this time. It was a great finish for a left back, let's be completely honest. And I think with every game that I'm watching Calafiori, I see that he's more inclined towards the attacking side of things. than the defensive side of things. Thankfully, in this game, he wasn't supposed to be paying attention to the defensive side of things, but really, really good goal. So Arsenal have beaten PSV on their turf 7-1 in the Champions League. That's not too bad. That's excellent, right? Don't get me wrong, both teams have played the game, right? But for how bad PSV were, Arsenal were very, 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 very good, and if PSV played badly, if the other team doesn't capitalize on that, it means absolutely nothing. I think 100% Arsenal are through. There's no chance PSV come back from that. And I think in the second leg, which will be next week, Arsenal should play a very different team. They should give some minutes to some players. I saw some comments on the fact that every win in the Champions League is worth more than a draw or a loss or whatever. But I don't know if going with, a really, really good team trying to win against PSV on the Emirates and getting more money, it makes sense to lose, maybe risk to lose like Odegaard, who had the horrible injury to his ankle this season, and he was out for I think more than 3 months. Rice, we need Rice to be fresh and fit and ready for whatever comes, right? Whether it's Real Madrid or Atletico in the Champions League, we need those players fresh, right? So any opportunity, in my opinion, to give them a rest makes sense. So I think we should see players like White, Tierney. I think we should see maybe even Kivior, Jorginho, Sterling, maybe even Butler Edeji, although I don't know what's going on. I'm not a coach, I don't have inside info, but it's pretty obvious if you don't play Butler or Edeji, if he doesn't get 5, 10, 12, 15 minutes in a game that you're winning 7-1, I don't think you have many options. I remember in one game Arteta wanted to bring him on as a sub with 5 minutes to go or something. The ball didn't go out of play for 5 minutes, and he literally got on the field for like 20-30 seconds, less than 1 minute. So that was his interaction with the first team. And I don't know, I think we have to trust Arteta and understand that if he doesn't see him perform in training, or I don't know, maybe he puts him on the bench just to fill in the numbers. Maybe he's the best out of the bunch that Arteta has to choose from the academy and he brings him on. I don't know. But I think that would be a great game for him to put him in maybe for 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 minutes. Just give him a chance to show. Maybe he's the next Mika Bierith. I don't know. But yeah, that team should be really a really makeshift team. It shouldn't be. I think you should rest Rice, Odegaard, Trossard, Nwaneri, of course. One of the two central defenders, whether it's Saliba or Gabriel. Timber, definitely. I don't know, maybe you can rest even Raya. Don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's a game that you have this opportunity, right? Let's be honest, no matter what Arteta will declare, no matter what the players will declare before that game in the conference press, everybody knows that the tie is over. PSV, Arsenal, all the coaches, all the players, all the fans, they know it's over. So yeah, we'll see. I think Real beat Atletico 2-1. So yeah, it's pretty tight. So we're gonna see who we get. I don't know, Real or Atletico. I think Atletico will play. I mean, Simeone is an amazing coach, and he has a lot of experience in the Champions League. And I think he's gonna, if we're gonna play them, I think he's gonna play a low block. He obviously studied, and he knows Arsenal are having really tough times with teams that are playing low blocks. Real, on the other side, if you look at their attack, I mean, we have a really good defense, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It's those ties, I think, are at the beginning of April, 7 and 8 and 14 and 15th, I think. Martinelli should be back by then. I don't know about Saka, though. He had an operation on his hamstring. That means that he might be out of action for 4 to 6 months. If you make the math, 4 months from December, that would mean April. But he got the operation at the end of December, so it probably would mean the end of April. I don't think. Maybe in the first leg to be on the bench and not come on at all. And based on that result, on the first leg result, we'll see what he'll do in the second leg. I don't know. We'll get there and we'll see. For now, we have another interesting game. We are playing Manchester United in the weekend. They are playing, I think today, they are playing in the Europa League. So they have a tough game. They need, I don't know if they're going to rest players. They don't have any reason to play in the league for anything, right? They're kind of, their faith is sealed. Their faith is sealed, but not to drop. Just to they don't have a chance at anything from the position they are in the league. I think they're 14th or 15th, something like that. Catastrophic. I would absolutely enjoy Arsenal going to Old Trafford and give them a spanking, or even a 1-0 win. Anything, a win should be amazing. I think this victory, comprehensive victory, 7-1, should give Arsenal and all the players and Arteta and the coaching staff and everyone at the club wings, should give them confidence, should give them, a new vision that, hey, we can do this, right? We are the Arsenal. Look at the badge, look yourself in the mirror, Odegaard, Rice, the leaders, right? Gabriel, Saliba, everybody, just look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, we are the Arsenal. We can go to Old Trafford and we can take a result. We can get the result there, because Manchester United are playing catastrophically. They're a mess right now. So they are there for the taking. We don't have, again, we have issues in attack. I know that, but we're more than capable, as Nwaneri showed, as Trossard showed in the last game. Even Merino, right? 3 goals in 4 games. That's not a bad return for a makeshift striker, for a defensive midfielder that is playing as a striker, and he's probably learning the role as it goes. I know that, a lot of people are saying, oh, when you are playing football, or we are playing football right now, everybody wants to be a striker. So that might be the case for him, but I don't know. It should be it should be a good game. We should watch that game. We should enjoy the game, and we should hope and keep our fingers crossed for a win, of course. And then we should be relaxed for the second leg against PSV. After demolishing them 7-1 again, absolutely no chance they come back from that in the form they are, and with everything that's going on. I think that's kind of all the news about the Champions League game. Really, really happy. You should be as well, happy and excited. It was a good game. I hope you guys saw it. It was definitely worth seeing. And fingers crossed that Arsenal have discovered a new gear, and they put the famous handbrake off. Sorry, not on, off. They go on and start scoring, and the whole team contributes. And yep, guys, stay safe. Enjoy Arsenal. Enjoy the football. Enjoy everything you're doing. Be happy. Be joyful. And I'll talk to you in the next podcast. All the best, guys. Cheers.